2 weeks ago I completed 1 year of conservation and cultivation of the sacred seed. And what changed in my life? I died, my friends, and I was reborn. The old me is dead. I just have some memories of him. A new man exists now, but with the same name. The old me was irritated because he used to ejaculate, and ejaculations cause a huge imbalance in his brain, and he had to go after things like drugs, sex, parties, and things like that to feel good. Now the new me is serene and calm. Very hardly annoyed. I actually don't remember the last time I felt irritated, or that I used any kind of drug, including alcohol. These are things I no longer need in order to feel good, and I don't even want to. Well-being is now true and constant. I currently live in true emotional balance. And that for me is one of the best benefits of this journey, if not the best. A man who lives serenely and with total emotional balance is rare these days, although anyone can regain that natural state. Another thing that has changed and that I have liked a lot is that the old me had a problem with not being very good socially, except with his own friends. Because, again, he used to ejaculate frequently, and his higher consciousness always knew that it wasn't something healthy or something to be proud of. So, the old me was a little ashamed of himself, not even knowing, let alone knowing why. This happens to a lot of men. How many teenagers have I seen walking with their heads down, afraid to look at people? How many men too ashamed of themselves? They don't understand that constant ejaculation and masturbation makes them subconsciously ashamed of themselves. The new me talks to everyone and makes jokes. The new me feels confident anywhere he walks the streets and greets everyone. This is indeed a big change. No psychologist, no therapist. Keeping the sacred in me constantly transforms me into a better man in all aspects, every day. The new me is not ashamed of itself. He is in awe of the man he is becoming, and admiring the person you are becoming is priceless. I can now easily maintain eye contact, and that creates respect and closeness, and even trust and empathy between people, and it can do a lot more. The vibrational patterns I give off are good. People treat me differently. I feel more respected in general, everywhere I go. The aura of purity, strength, and serenity surrounds me. People can feel the holy in me because I can. Professional achievement was a dream for the old me, and he was always chasing it. For the new me, professional fulfillment is a reality. 3 months ago I received my dream job from the universe, and I am very happy about it. I'm also creating my own business, which was a distant dream for the old me. As for women and sex, in this journey of self-knowledge and study of sacred sexuality, I developed a different vision than I had before. I used to believe that the more women I have sex with, the better for me, as many men think, and as pornographic culture taught us to think. Today I see sex as sacred. I see sex as the union of two beings. As sacred energy exchange, sex equals sacred energy exchange. And I no longer see sex as something purely for carnal pleasure, let alone self-satisfaction. That's why I stopped searching for it. I've been celibate for about 8 months, and this is like an energy detox. I know I will get the right woman at the right time to walk with me on this journey. I will be too busy taking advantage of all the energy that semen retention gives me in building myself, fighting, training, studying, creating, with no time or desire to look for sex. I have a lot of energy. I practice weight training and calisthenics, and I recently returned to training karate, and hope to be competing soon. Every day I am surpassing myself in these practices. My sensei was a little surprised to see how much I've changed since he last saw me a few years ago, and I'm surprised that I have a lot more stamina in training than before, even though I recently returned to training after a long time. I have never had such an alive, healthy, productive, and disciplined life as I do today. The conservation of sacred energy was the basis for all of this. My semen is my war horse, which makes me 10,000 times more potent and powerful. My admiration for myself, the state of emotional stability that makes me feel good, the great amount of energy that makes me want to run, train, and fight, my sovereignty over my sexuality, self-confidence, clear mind that allows me to visualize and create my reality with natural ease. All of this is the natural state that was born with me, but that I lost when I lost my sacred. Now I restored my nature, and I will continue to restore it. My brothers, we are mortal gods. Restore your sacred nature. Let's walk together towards the best version of ourselves. The world is waiting for the men who will fight and overthrow ignorance and mediocrity. Those who respect and keep the sacred in them will eventually join that army.